Is a CCP takeover of Evergrande imminent? Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. We're going to look at this article from Asian Markets, which is claiming that the CCP will take control of Evergrande and it's imminent, by Henry Chai, written yesterday. So let's have a look at this. So, sources close. No names, never any names. So, do we trust it or not? Well, we'll have to see. Sources close to the Chinese government have told Asia Markets a deal that will see China Evergrande restructured into 3 separate entities is currently being finalized by the Chinese Communist Party and could be announced within days. State-owned enterprises will underpin the restructure, effectively transforming the property developer into a state-owned enterprise. The deal is being designed to protect Chinese nationals who have bought apartments from Evergrande, like the ones you see protesting on the streets, and also those who have invested in Evergrande's wealth management products, the source said. But the big thing is stemming a widespread economic flow-on effects that insolvency would cause to the China economy. Talk of a government-led restructure comes as the Thursday, so today, deadline looms for $83.5 million interest payment on a 5-year USD-denominated Evergrande bond. The bond's initial issue size was around $2 billion. The bond's covenants have a 30-day period before a missed payment is considered a default. On the same day, Evergrande also has to pay $35.8 million coupon payment for a Shenzhen-traded 5.8% September 2025 bond. The company's Hangda real estate unit has today said it will make that payment, but no word thus far on the USD bond commitments. Another multi-million-dollar interest payment on a 7-year USD bond is due the following week. Those exposed to Evergrande's USD bonds and Evergrande shareholders are likely to be hardest hit by the China Evergrande deal. And we can see here who the biggest bond holders are. We can see HSBC Holdings, Royal Bank of Canada, BlackRock, Rondabel, Prudential PLC, and Aberdeen are rounding out the top. Now, wrong article. Now, let's have a look at this other one from Forex Live. There are 4 hints in Asia. Asia's Evergrande restructuring is a done deal. Okay, so they're more. We're getting 2 sources now. You generally want 3, and you want to make sure that they're just not all repeating themselves. That's what you can find often with some of this stuff. People will be sharing, some breaking news that's come from, come out of somewhere, and it's just the same thing repeated again and again that can't be verified. So phones have undoubtedly been ringing at the People's Bank of China with other global central banks on the line. They all have contacts at the PBOC, and all global central banks coordinate and share information. In a system like China's, where the PBOC isn't independent, they would be on top of government plans. In a situation like Evergrande, they would be in every briefing and at the heart of the decision-making. I strongly suspect that decisions have now been made, and the need to know parts of the decisions have been communicated to other central bankers, and here's why. First of all, we saw that Evergrande today made an announcement about making an interest payment on domestic debt after negotiations with bond holders. The company is obviously done, but that's a sign that some kind of plan has been decided on, and it's not a disorderly collapse. The second clue was a net 110 billion yuan in 7 to 14 reserve repos. That's the biggest injection since January, and it's a sign the PBOC is adding liquidity as a buffer because there will be some pain from the restructuring. The third was comments from the RBA's de Bella earlier. Almost no one noticed these comments on Evergrande at the House of Representatives Economic Committee. He said the RBA is spending a fair bit of time looking at Evergrande. My assessment is how this evolves is very much in the hands of the Chinese authorities, Dr. de Bell told the House of Representatives Economic Committee on Wednesday. It's a question of how they want to develop that power, and that's a question I don't have an answer. Deploy that power, and that's a question I don't have an answer to. He expects markets will get a better sense of what China would like to happen in the next week or so, but Dr. de Bell also gave a warning of past experiences. If you have a lot of balls in the air, sometimes you might have to drop one, he said. If you look at how countries have dealt with financial issues in the past, you often see a misstep which can have severe consequences. Whether that's what's going to happen this time around, I don't know, but it's a possibility. But at the same time, I feel China has a pretty good handle on what the state of affairs is. That might sound innocuous because we're so accustomed to uninformed speculation about macro events in China, but this isn't a guy who's shooting from the hip. When the RBA spends a fair amount of time on Evergrande, it's not reading research reports from Westpac. People are making calls in China. The fourth clue is the report in Asian markets. Now, that's not exactly Reuters, but no publication is going to stake their reputation on central banking reports. So I 99.9% believe it's sourced. And it's likely sourced secondhand with the same kind of briefings the RBA is getting. The author of the report is in Singapore and cited sources saying Evergrande will be restructuring into 3 separate entities and a deal will be announced within days. The deal is being designed to protect Chinese nationals who have bought apartments from Evergrande, like the ones you see protesting on the streets, also those who have invested in their wealth management products, the source says. But the big thing is stemming any widespread economic flow-on effects and the insolvencies that would cause in the Chinese economy. Add this all up and it's a done deal. So while markets have offered some positive ticks, there's still a considerable way to go here. Obviously, there's going to be some waiting until after the Fed, but assuming no big hawkish surprise, we'll see a flood of buying in risk assets afterwards, and perhaps some sell the fact when Evergrande restructuring is announced. The only hiccup here is the FOMC has likely been given the same information as the RBA and others. If they believe a resolution is coming, they're less likely to be dovish. I hope Powell is asked about Evergrande because we may get another hint from him. Something like we're optimistic that China has the situation under control with a token nod to uncertainty. So there we go, everyone. 2 pieces discussing, this one's written by Adam Button, discussing the Evergrande situation and whether CCP will take control. Well, what do you think? It seems to make sense. It's not at all surprising, and the market seems to have responded positively to even just the rumors of this. What do you reckon? Do you think it's going to be the calamitous correction in the stock market around the world? Or is it just the fear gets the eyeballs, gets the clicks, gets the people interested, and gets them concerned? I mean, this has been the thing that everyone's been talking about the last week or so with regards to, Black Swan event, the market's crashing, it's all going down. We'll have to see, everyone. I suspect it may blow over and we may not see much excitement. What do you reckon? As always, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I cobble together here, there's a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Sign up for SelfWealth or Stake. Use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve or AussieBroadband. You can buy our merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.